Hello there. Welcome to Hip Stability at Home. My name is Dari. I want to lead you today through some simple hip stability exercises that will help rotation specifically in your hips. So if you are recovering from an injury or have had surgery, if you've had some kind of muscle pull, this is really basic, good foundational work for you to work your internal and external rotators in your hip joint. So come with me down onto your mat. We're going to start on our backs. So go ahead and get down onto your back and roll out nice and long and straight in your spine. Tuck your shoulders underneath so your scapula are nice and set on your rib cage behind you, and put your nose straight up to the ceiling. Now you don't need to turn and look at me because I'm going to be walking you through all of this. Reach down and find your thighs with your hands. Bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor, and make sure that your heels are right in line with your sit bones. Now reach down with your hands and see if you can feel your heels. If you can tickle your heels with your fingertips, that's about where you want to be. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, blow it out and let everything relax. Now, let's do a few pelvic rocks because the tilt of your pelvis is really, really important to how well your hips move. So as we exhale, we're going to tilt our pelvis back using your abdominals. You're going to pull your tailbone up off the floor like you're trying to point it up towards the ceiling. And then as you inhale, drop it back down and let your belly button come up. Your low back comes up off the floor. And you can exaggerate this a little bit and go past neutral. So we exhale, we really imprint. So we're scooping our hip bones toward our bottom rib. And then drop your tailbone on your inhale and exaggerate. Lift your ribs. Let everything just fly up, kind of like a little back bend in your low back. Exhale, rock back into imprint. Inhale, let your pelvis tilt the other way. So now you've felt both extremes of that pelvic tilt. Settle down and find what you believe would be neutral. So you're resting right in the center of your sacrum. That's that big triangle bone you feel right in the center of your boom boom. And now as you inhale, you're going to drop your right knee towards your center. Lengthen your toe out in a long straight line and lengthen your left leg. Turn your pinky toe towards the floor, your knees turned open. Hold on to your abdomen and pull that knee back in. Bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it. Right back where you started. So as you inhale, you drop towards the center and you're internally rotated. So you're turning your hip in. As your leg goes straight, you turn out and bend that knee, bring it back in. So there's just a little bit of work going on in your core to hold your body really steady and straight. And you're just letting that knee go in lazy circles in and out as you straighten and bend. Now, imagine that there is a straight line, like a train track, coming straight out from your hip joint, and your foot is on that train track, or like a tightrope. There's a tightrope coming out from that sit bone, and your foot is staying on that tightrope, even when it's turning back and forth. Now we're going to reverse your circles. So drop the knee to the outside, extend your leg. Now exhale, turn in and pull your knee back in to where you started. And inhale to go out. Exhale to come in, turn in, turn in, turn in. These are hard muscles to find, those internal rotators. Exhale, knee flops to the outside. And in, pull your knee in. Now remember that tightrope. Keep your foot on the tightrope all the way out. And all the way back. Okay, let's go on to the right leg. So drop the knee in, extend out with the big toe. Straighten the leg, rotate, turn your knee to the outside of your mat. Pull the leg back in and inhale to straighten. Just lazy circles with your knee in and out. Now, one thing you really want to watch for is that you're not twisting in your waist. There's no lifting and lowering in either hip. So I like to take my middle finger, put it on my hip bones, and my thumb, put it on my ribs. And then I can judge from that. That helps me keep myself steady and straight. So our last one, exhale, bring your knee in, bend it, bend it, bend it, set your foot flat on the floor. We're going to reverse. So we inhale, drop your knee to the outside and extend your leg. As it straightens, turn in, internally rotate, like you're trying to turn your thigh towards the inside midline of your body. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. Good. Nice neutral spine. You're feeling this a lot in your core now. You'll notice as you do this more and more how much your core and the tilt of your pelvis are related with your hip movements. Let's do one more. And bring it in. Good. Now with feet flat on the floor, reach down again with your fingertips and just double check. Make sure that you can feel your heels with your fingers and then let those hands relax to your side. Let's take our left leg, extend it up towards the ceiling. Right there, you're going to go down your midline, out and around. Like you're making a backwards D with your toe on the ceiling. Out and around, little circles. Make sure that you're staying steady. If it helps to put your hands on your belly so you can feel that you're steady, do that. And last one. And we reverse. So that circle's going the opposite way. Now take a look at your foot and make sure that your toenails are facing straight to the wall behind your head the whole time. So your kneecap and your ankle and the top of your foot are all parallel in your body. Last one. And bend that knee down. Take the second leg. So we go down, out and around and up. Inhale, exhale, bring it in. Inhale, exhale, bring it in. Inhale. Now, these are super simple. We're not really loading with anything other than gravity and the weight of our body. But this is a great way to make your mind aware of where your body is in space. Now reverse that. Last one. Okay, bend that knee. We're going to roll over onto our left side. Extend your left arm up over your head, and you're going to find yourself in this long, straight line. Now, if you're on a mat, I want you to come to the back of your mat and use this line as a guide. The back of your sacrum and your shoulders and the bottoms of your feet are all going to be along the back edge of your mat. That way you know you're long and straight and not curled up in a ball. If you don't have a mat at home, imagine that there's a wall behind your head or behind your back, or actually just move to the wall and do it that way. Lift up your waist so that you're not sagging like a banana into the floor, but lift your waist. And now we're going to open and close that top leg for some simple clams. So this is your external rotation. You're working on those rotators. There's 6 of them deep underneath your glutes, lying there right next to your bones in that hip joint that stabilize and rotate your hip, your femur, into its socket. Open and close. Open and close. You want to do quite a few of these. Repetition is the key here because you're trying to build endurance in those posture muscles and those stabilizers. So you need to do quite a few. Now, it's possible you can add a band around your knees if you want to, but it's not necessary, especially if you're just starting this kind of work. You'll feel plenty with just gravity. And I'm going to do about 15. You can do up to 30. And we have 3, 2, on 1. I'm now going to leave my knee up, pick my foot up so it's in line with my knee. So I'm holding my leg parallel to the floor. And from there, we're going to pedal like we're pedaling a really big bicycle all the way forward and down in line with our body, and then a little past, just a few degrees past. You don't want to go so far back behind yourself that you arch your back and change the tilt in your pelvis. So hold your core, your pelvis stays stable and still in space. Only your heel gets to reach back a little bit. I'm going to do 10 of these. 2 more. Last one. And now we're going to pedal backwards. So if you're coming from behind, you're kicked back just a little bit behind you. Come forward with a straight leg, bend your knee, and reach back behind you just a few inches. And reach forward with your toes. Now again, your waist is lifted so your spine is nice and straight and horizontal to the floor. Reach back. This is 4, and you don't want to go so far back that you're bending your back, but your spine is staying straight. We have 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Reach long and straight with that leg. Now, both legs are going to come long and straight together. Put your fingers out here like a little spider tent. So you have like these little spider legs out in front of you. And then swing your legs to the front corner of your mat. So you have this angle in your hips. From there, we're going to lift and lower. Use your bottom leg to lift, 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 lift. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bend your top leg, set your foot flat on the floor. If that's not possible, you can lay it this direction, but for mobility, if you can get your foot flat on the floor, it's really good for this hip and it's going to work those external rotators. Bring your bottom leg back in line with you and lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. Keep pushing this knee open. You'll feel it right back here deep in that joint. And underneath on that bottom leg, you're working your adductors, lifting that whole leg up towards the ceiling. 2 and 1. Beautiful job. Okay, push yourself up. Swing your legs around to the other side, and let's do that all on the second side. So lying down with your back straight against the back of your mat, lift your waist, and start with those 15 clams. We're just doing 15 today, but you can work yourself up again, like we said, up to 30. This is 5. We got 10 to go. 10, 9. Keep your body straight and still. Think about exercising your body in the posture that you want to live in. So if you're rounded and folded forward like this, and that's how you're strengthening your body and your posture muscles, then that's the way you're going to live. So grow tall through the top of your head. You have 3, 2, last 1. Keep your knee where it is. Pick your heel up in line, and we pedal forward. 10, Now, again, really strict with yourself on this hip, making sure that you're not rocking forward or back, and with your waist that it's staying lifted off the floor. Take your leg just a little bit past your mat as you go backwards. Past your mat, just a few inches. Past your mat. 2 more. Long leg all the way around. You want to make this circle as big as you can reach. And we reverse. So leg kicks forward, bend it in, push it back. Reach, push it back. There you go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Yes. Reach through your toes. Try and keep everything alive all the way through your toes. Last one. And bring both legs straight forward to the front corner. Spider tent those hands out. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. 3, 4. Long straight legs. 6, 7, 8. Just waking up those adductors on the bottom leg. 10. Bend your front or your top leg. Turn it out if you can. If you can't quite yet, then let it lie down, but we'll work on getting it to a flat foot. Okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Push yourself all the way up. Now we're swing your legs back around. We're going to come back down to our flat back. And we're going to try some internal rotation because that is really weakening a lot of people. Then we'll go ahead and do the external rotation. Walk your feet out to the outside edges of your mat. Let your knees sink in and touch in the center. Get as close as you can. From there, you're going to do some pelvic rocks. You'll feel this stretch on the outside of your hips if you're tight there. Pelvic rocks, long straight spine. Keeping your knees together and all 10 toes facing forward on your mat. There you go. Good. Now, find an imprint. We're going to do just a little bit of a shoulder bridge, then roll back down. We don't want to go all the way up because we don't want to strain our knees, but you're going to imprint. Just pick up so I can barely slide my hand under my boom boom there. Roll back down and drop your tailbone heavy. So you should feel a lot going on in your inner thighs. You're squeezing your thighs together. Roll up. And stretch that low back down into the floor. Pick up just to a hover. Roll back down. Last one. You don't need a big range of motion on that. And now walk out, or walk your feet back in. Put your heels together, your toes apart. Your heels are right in line with your sit bones, and your knees are just hanging open a little bit. Imprint. And relax. Imprint. And relax. Use your abdominals. And now we're going to do the same thing where we push our heels together, imprint, pick up just a little bit. Now we've turned out. You should be able to go a little higher, 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 higher. Roll back down and tailbone in line with your heels. So we're externally rotated. You should feel this a little bit more in your glutes than you did before. A little bit differently. Imprint, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Stay really round. Roll back through. Let's do 2 more. Up, 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 up. And last one. Exhale. Pick your hips up. Roll it back down. Nice job. Yep, just to finish up, if you want to, you can do a nice figure 4 stretch. Go side to side. So my right ankle is over my left knee. Side to side, stretch those hips and waist out, switch. So left ankle over your right knee, flex your foot. So this left foot as it's crossed is really flexed and active. That protects your knee joint. And all done. Put those feet down. Nice job. Roll up easy to come up sitting. Thank you so much. That was our hip stability at home routine. Very simple and basic. Good place to start if you're recovering from an injury or a surgery. And I hope I will see you again soon.